What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from A Connection TV here on YouTube, the one place in the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And I may seem a little bit amped, and that's because I just figured something out with my camera. I know we all used to watch my videos, the last couple of months. There would be moments where the camera goes out of focus and like it keeps the focus on the background and not on me. But baby, all I had to do was go into my options and settings and put it on face tracking. So now it's tracking my face. So I'm always gonna stay focused and everything else will be in the background. I'm so freaking excited! Anyways, if this is your first time seeing me, again, I am Wes. Follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter, A Connection TV. My followers on there are so like, it's just increasing. I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm over 50K on Instagram and damn near 30K on Twitter. I wish that could transition and change into subscribers. I need subscribers. Baby, if I had 30,000 subscribers on my platform, watchactv.com, what? Do y'all know the kind of stuff I will be providing for y'all to watch? Y'all over here ripping and running over some Zeus network? What are we talking about here? Anyways, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And support your boy on watchactv.com. Let's talk about the challenge. Episode 10. Things are getting juicy. Teams have split up. Okay, we got the muscle versus the leftovers. That's what we gonna call them. Team Fessy's team is called the muscle, and Team Mariah's is called the leftovers. All right? Let's dig into it. Amber, for some strange reason, maybe for television, right? Is kicking out Chauncey out of the room. It's a play thing. I get that. But I'm sorry. Ain't no way in hell I'm throwing out that fine ass man. What? And then J Dell sent me his Instagram, so now I follow him on Instagram. What? What you talking about? What you talking about right now? Find my face, camera, find my face. There we go, it found my face. So, you know, they're having a little play moment or whatever the case may be, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. It's cute. Whatever. But that would have been me. Then Fessy and Nelson are having a conversation. You know, Nelson is looking good with his braids with the gold Wonder Woman bangles on the tips of the braids. And, you know, Fessy is like, man, our team is stacked. We aren't going to lose. We're going to win every challenge because our team is stacked. What? Like, I was looking at Mariah's team and I was like, dang, she gonna lose because our team is stacked. I'm like, yes, Fessy, everyone knows by experience level and by physicality visual, your team is stacked. We get it. So Jordan and Devin have a peculiar past where there's no trust from Jordan to Devin. There's none whatsoever. And then we get past that and, you know, Fessy is having a meeting with his team. He's so excited. He's like, all right, guys, well, let's talk here. I just wanted to thank you guys for being a part of my team. And I think we're going to kick butt. And we're just so amazing. And you guys have me as your captain, so we're not going to lose. And then, you know, Casey's like, well, we lucked out because we only have 2 rookies on our team and they have 4. So that just means we're going to win, eh? And, you know, everyone's like, yeah, we're going to win. Roo-ha. And then we look at the leftovers and they're all like, Jordan's in the fetal position on the couch, sucking on his nub of a thumb. Like, it's hilarious. And I'm just like, oh my God. So then Devin comes out and he's like, well, we're at a disadvantage. They have more muscle than we do. They have more this than we do. They have more this and that. And what do we have? And then Nani comes in and her teeth look amazing. Nani comes in and she's like, well, you know what? Screw that. We have wit. Mariah, you've put together an awesome team, and we're not going to sit here and listen to what Devin has to say and bring our team morale down. You did a great job, Mariah, picking the leftovers. Whatever they need to make themselves feel better, right? So Devin is speaking about Nurys and Jordan and having a particular kind of a skiv about it, saying that it could be a problem, right? His ride or die is Tori. Jordan's ride or die is Anissa. And in his mind, he's like, why can't the four of us make it to the end and work together? So Devin sits with Jordan to try to get Jordan in a space of, I guess, trying to figure him out to see if there could be a foursome between their ride or dies and them, you know, because of what's happening with him and Nurys and him and Tori or whatever. And he's like, you know, Tori is not really after you. I think we could really work. I don't know why you don't trust me all like that. But at the end of the day, I really want to win this game. You're on my team now, so we have to work together. And Jordan's like, I don't understand the hypocrisy. You know, here, you know, I am pouring my heart to her on television. I proposed to her on television. And then as soon as things don't work out, not in the public, she publicly goes and F's the whole team. Well, not the whole team, but a couple of people. And Jordan is like, well, why do I have to care about her feelings? She didn't care about my feelings, you know, and I was able to find out about it. And I think the problem with that, Jordan, is everything that you're talking about did not have, well, no, she did she? Didn't she? So correct me if I'm wrong. This is where I'm not the reporter. I usually say this at the beginning of my videos. I'm not the reporter, I'm the reviewer. I review the episodes. But correct me if I'm wrong. My people, my connects. Y'all are my connects. I call the people that subscribe to A Connection TV my connects, okay? So my connects, I know y'all got me out there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tori and, what's the boy name? The captain, Fessy, hooked up, I want to say in Florida. They met up somewhere tropical. And they smashed, right? And then did they come back on another season? And weren't they like talking about it or something about it on TV after she done broke up with Jordan? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I'm right though. I don't know. I could be wrong. But I know they effed each other off the show. And I want to say they brought it, but I don't remember them like on TV. I just remember it being a storyline and whatever. I don't know. Maybe Jordan is upset about all of that, you know, happening, period, and then it carrying out on the show. I could be wrong. But I don't know. Devin tries to do his due diligence for his ride or die to keep the foursome together as a foursome. We then see a clip of Kenny talking, and I don't know what he said. Then we go to Nurys, who proclaims that Jordan is a good kisser. I don't know. There's just certain people on this show that I just don't see having sex. And I'm gonna leave it at that. So Aneesa, Tori, and some other person is making something in the kitchen. They're doing some kind of food preparation in the kitchen. Then Jordan comes in, walks in, does what he does or what he needs to do for his food, and then he bon voyages. Then out of nowhere, we get an edit of Amber inserting herself into the scene where everyone's quiet but her. And she comes in and she says, I don't know how she does it. I could do that. If that was me, knowing that my ex was over here flirting and kissing somebody else in the next room, oh, I'd be beside myself. I just knew that Amber was going to walk over to Tori and be like, you okay, girl? I just knew that she was going to do that. You all right, girl? Because, girl, that could have been me. I'm so shocked you're holding it together. But I don't know. Like, Amber was there and then she vanished. Like, she was supposed to narrate the scene and then she poofed, be gone. And then out of nowhere, Tori is like, you see that? You see that? That couldn't have been me. And I'm like, girl, what happened? He didn't say anything to you. Like, what are we talking about here? Aneesa's like, girl, I know, but girl, you got to keep it cool, girl. Keep it cool. That couldn't have been me. You better than me. But I'm going to tell you, do what I'm saying to do, not what I would do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Aneesa don't practice what she preach. Because you know daggone well Aneesa would have took revenge, would have avenged and took revenge a long time ago. Because she even says, you know, girl, that could have been me. You better than me. I'm like, come on, don't do that. Like, what? If you, like, I feel like if you're her friend and you don't want her to look foolish, like, that's, in my mind, I'm like, I don't want you to look foolish, girl. So I know you mad. But just pay it. Pay it. Because y'all aren't together. Ultimately, y'all aren't together anymore. So pay it. You sitting over here chopping up potatoes and stuff, and you got both hands. Like, what are we talking about? You got both hands. Why are we caring? Like, Chop, I would have been, ooh. Now, I love both Tory and Jordan, but playing devil's advocate, baby, I would have been using both my hands. Oh, this is good. Grabbing that, what? What are we talking about? I love Jordan, though. I love Jordan. Anyways, I did want to mention that Jordan says that, you know, he is enjoying his time with Nurys, and he doesn't feel like he is obligated, or she'll feel obligated to, like, vanquish what he's got going on with Nurys. He's like, no, he's going to enjoy it and have a good time, and no one's going to tell him otherwise. I'm like, ooh. So we get to the challenge, right? And I'm looking at this challenge, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's going to be Nurys versus Tory, and Fessy versus Jordan. Ooh, I want to see it. Ooh, I want to see it. But we don't get that. We get Nelson versus Devin, and, you know, Nelson wins. Not quickly, though. Then we get Horacio versus Johnny. Horacio wins. And I'm like, oh. Then we get Chauncey versus Jordan. And in my mind, I'm like, damn. Because low-key, they both kind of daddies. They both daddies. Chauncey is just a better looking daddy than Jordan, in my opinion. But they're both daddies. Because Jordan got that. The reason why Jordan is with Nurys, because he talked that. Jordan is that, ooh, like, what? He talking it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Nurys is probably like, ooh, you know? But Chauncey got that. He got it looking at him. But he a teddy bear. So it's kind of like it's that balance, that off balance but balance, you know what I'm saying? So you got two daddies walking on the planks. And Chauncey get the win. And I'm just like, yes, let's go. I already knew that my daddy was. I already knew that he won though, because he was on his Instagram like, yeah, let's go. And he ain't gonna big up the episode if he ain't win it. So I already knew he won, but I was like, that's hot. Then we get Fessy versus Kenny. And I'm like, Kenny, just jump off. Like, what are you talking about? Like, just jump off. Like, he goes up against Fessy, like he goes towards Fessy, and Fessy just mushes him. Fessy just mushes him, and he falls off the plank. Like, you know, Fessy bigger than me, but I feel like I would have at least jumped on him. Like, I would have jumped on him and pushed him off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, jump and, like, push him off. Like, come on. Like, you got to put all your body weight. That's body weight, baby. I'm at least 188. Like, you know what I'm saying? This 188 jumping on him. What? And then force him off. And then, use my feet to push him closer to the water before I hit. Like, you got to be acrobatical. And then we get Fessy versus Horacio. Fessy wins. Fessy made this comment like, you beat Johnny. You not going to beat me. I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus. This boy got a hard on for Johnny. Which, by the way, damn, son, Johnny looking fine as hell. Like, what? Where did he get all that from? Baby, Johnny looking fine. Like, this is the second episode I said that. No, this is the second episode. Damn. I know why Mariah asked him, because baby. I hope Mariah and Fessy ain't had no. Johnny look better than Fessy, period. Johnny looking fine. Like, what? I'm like, y'all see that body on him? I mean, the face. I ain't talking about the face, but the body mixed with the vibrato and like anyways. Then we get to the girls, and I'm like, child, this is about to be a wash. Mariah versus Casey. Casey wins. You know, Fessy come on the screen talking about Casey is my real ride or die. I'm like, yo, this dude a bum. Like, he's just so like, ain't nothing humble about this dude. I think that's why ain't nothing humble about Fessy. Ain't nothing, you know, Nelson went through this like train wreck of a reputation in the thing, and then he became like this gracious monk, trained in Tibet kind of dude, just real nice and sacrificing himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just been really, really a great guy. Fessy is trash. Like, he's trash. Like, I just don't, like, that's why I don't, he is trash. Like, he's just not a humble dude at all. He came on talking about, oh, I'm going to be Fessel and I'm going to pray to the stones. He ain't been praying to no stones, no grass, no tree bark since he been in the, like, he just trash. He just trash. Olivia versus Nany. Nany, you know, tried, but she failed, and then she started having convulsions in the water and stuff. I was like, girl, okay. Amber versus Tori, stop playing. Amber playing on the thing, she can't fight. Tori win. Aneesa versus Nurys, why are we even doing these rounds? Like, this is a wash. Aneesa win. And I'm like, damn. But now they got to send their ride or dies into the zone or whatever. And so the interrogation was pretty interesting. You had Casey wanting to save her brother, which was like a dumb moment. But Kenny comes up on the screens. And, you know, for a split second, he was talking like somebody that had been playing the game. And I'm like, oh. He's like, you know, no matter what, they're going to be happy to go against me, but I do want to prove myself and at least have the power, you know, to go down, so make me your main vote. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, I see it. Because no matter what, they're going to want to go against you. No matter what, they're going to pick you anyway. So, like, you know, then Horacio goes in and he's like, well, I think the main vote should be y'all's biggest threat. And that ain't me. That's Devin and freaking Jordan. But then out of nowhere, Nelson is like, with some heat on him. Nelson's like, well, you already won 3 out of 3, so why should we throw you down there? And I'm like, he won 3 out of 3 because y'all helped him. Like, what are we talking about? He didn't win 3 out of 3 because y'all was mute the whole freaking way. Like, y'all helped him win them challenges. Like, what are we talking about here? So I don't know if something transpired between Horacio and Nelson for Nelson to throw that heat at him the way that he did and in front of Olivia. I don't know. There was a bit, I don't know. Then we get to Devin, and why is Devin running the whole interrogation? Devin running this whole thing, and it was just like he's masterful with his mind and the way that he strategizes in the game. I love Devin. Devin is a G. He can get on my nerves sometimes. He can be mean, but he is a G. You can't deny that. Same thing with Jordan. Jordan comes up and they are mute. They're like all intimidated by Jordan. Jordan's looking at him like, well, y'all got to make whatever decision y'all got to make, but do trust and believe. Like, if I go in there, I'm coming back, and I'm making my team stronger. I'm like, okay, all of the threats, all right. Then Tori's like, well, if you're not going to be eating my box at night, then you're going to have to go in. And I'm like, girl, get your feelings out the game. Like, what are we talking about here? You effed up because you over there figuring his butthole, and now you, like, mad that he doing that to somebody else. Like, why are we, like, cut it out? Like, and then Jordan gets all upset because he's like, you really thought that I wouldn't protect you? You really thought that I would want your name to be called and you would go down there? How could you do this to me? Like, what are you talking about? Nany comes back in the house and there's like an awe moment because, you know, Casey hears her voice, so she goes down to see her or whatever, they hug or whatever. Nany's okay, hip hip hooray. They all go out. And in this moment, y'all, I'm like, man, there is a collective group of human beings out there on the face of the world, on the face of the earth, where they can say they're a part of something magical on TV. I don't know about y'all, but the challenge and its contestants are a part of something legitimate in TV history. Okay, 38, 37 seasons. Like, what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? They are a part of an alumni, a television cast alumni. And, you know, it's always cool to see them, like, go off to the club and they're dressed up and they're not so Sunday's best, thinking that they cute, but not really. And they all, like, having a good time and loving each other. You know, I follow Nehemiah and, you know, or whatever, on Instagram or whatever. Super cool dude. He actually responds back and stuff like that. And I saw him and like a group of the All-Stars off at an event in Orlando doing like signings and stuff. I saw some not so cool people that I could really care too less nuts about. You know, what's her name? The cop that was on the last Big Brother that was going after Taylor. I can't remember her name. But anyways, she was in the mix, and I'm like, Nehemiah, why are you in this photo with her? Ugh. But, like, it's just cool. Like, they all know each other. I'm sure they all had sex with each other. I'm sure they all talk about each other. It's an extended TV family, and that's so dope. I just had to get that out. I just had to yak off real quick and get that out of the way. But anyways, it's just so dope. And anybody would, like fans of the show would love to be a part of that in some way, shape, or form. They just would, because it's super dope. They're blessed in that regard to be a part of something like that. So we get to the voting thing or whatever, and apparently, after Tori speaks to Fessy about keeping Jordan, and then Tori speaks to Jordan about keeping Jordan, and then Jordan tells her to suck his left nut, they still decide not to throw Jordan down. No matter what, though, if you would have thrown Jordan down, like, Kenny was not going to pull the safe dagger. I don't care what nobody say. The producers are telling them who, what, and what to pick. I'm sorry. There's no way that Devin's going to be like, well, I dreamt it last night that I was going to pick it, and I just knew that I was going to pick it, because he went directly to that dagger and pulled it out. Somebody told him what the safe dagger was. It's just, I feel it in my bones. It is what it is. Can't nobody tell me otherwise until I make it onto a challenge show and see how it's really played, which that'll never happen because I don't want to be on the challenge. Ain't nobody wrestling me in no hall brawl or a pole. I'm not doing none of that. None of it. I'll be on Big Brother though. But nobody can convince me that that's not what happened. But anyways, so Kenny ends up going in. All right, they all pick Horacio, and Nelson's upset, and Olivia's upset, like they had no clue or whatever. And I'm like, come on, Nelson, just speak to your ride or die. He's your ride or die. Fessy, right? He's your ride or die. Just speak to him. Like, you'll know what's going on if you speak to him. Like, what? I don't understand why he's acting like he don't know nothing, and then nobody knows nothing. But anyway, they all vote Horacio, and Horacio beats Kenny. And I have to say, this was really, really nice to see. I'm talking about Casey coming down to, say goodbye to her brother. I, in that moment, felt that Casey was human. I, in that moment, felt a connection toward her. It lasted for the length of Kenny being on the screen. Because once he left, I was like, I hate her again. I hate her. But I was feeling for her because she was crying and her brother was leaving and she couldn't do nothing for. All of that was great. It made me feel like Casey was human. It did. I felt awe for Casey. I did. I really did. I don't know if I like her much, but I did. I felt awe for Casey, and I felt in that moment that she was human, and I was like, oh, she has a soul. I felt that. But I got to tell you, the episode was cool, and we had like 20-some-odd minutes on my video. But the ultimate best part about this episode was the connection and true definition of ride or die. Because they're split up, and they think that they're eliminating their ride or dies. But TJ comes out and tells Kenny, because Kenny comes back like he about that life, and he ain't. But, TJ's telling him like, you got a shot to stay in the game. As long as Casey is in the game, you're in the game and have a shot at winning. So, but in my mind, I'm thinking that whoever makes it to the final, they're going to get to the final and their ride or die is going to be able to come with them. That's going to be dope. If there's like 4 people that make it to the final, and then at the end, their ride or dies come back, oh, that's television gold. That is television gold, and I would be here to see all of that. That would be freaking amazing. And I'm calling it out. That's what it got to be. And maybe it's I say 2 boys and 2 girls left, and then their ride or dies come, or maybe it's 3 and 3. Maybe it's 3 boys, 3 dudes. I don't know, because right now it's 8 and 8, and that's a lot of freaking people. So in my mind, I'm like, if it's 3 teams and they battling it out for the end, and there's first team, second team, third team, and then at the end, whoever win the money, they get to decide if they're gonna keep it all for themselves and split it when they ride it out. Ooh, that would be. That's television ratings gold. Oh, they need me on the creative team. Anyways, what did y'all think about this episode? I thought it was really, really cool. Hopefully my camera did not go out of focus too much. I see that it's still tracking my face. I'm so freaking excited that I figured out that this camera can track my face. Anyways, I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Deuces. And go subscribe to WatchACTV.com. Oh my God, that would be amazing. If we could get to 2,000 subscribers, y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, I got this black speckle in my mouth from this peppercorn. That would be freaking amazing. Oh my God, let's get to 2,000 subscribers. I'm at like 1128. Can we start with 2,000? Deuces. Boozy!